where bravery and skill go hand in hand.
There goes Supraman on their first dance with Suzuka International Circuit GP. The drivers will need to be at their absolute best. The first sector here is like threading a needle at high speed, while the spoon curve and the 130R test the limits of car and driver alike. It's a track where bravery and skill go hand in hand. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too, making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
Mr. Bang is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Suzuka International Circuit GP. The drivers will need to be at their absolute best. The first sector here is like threading a needle at high speed, while the spoon curve and the 130R test the limits of car and driver alike. It's a track where bravery and skill go hand in hand.
There's no mucking around for Sunrider or Euro, straight down to business on this first flyer. They'll be keen to see what times they can clock in early on.
Yeah, and it's not just about speed. It's about rhythm, finding that flow around Suzuka International Circuit GP. The drivers will need to be at their absolute best. The first sector here is like threading a needle at high speed, while the spoon curve and the 130R test the limits of car and driver alike. It's a track where bravery and skill go hand in hand. Getting into that groove early can set the pace for the whole session.
Patrick Schwanz's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 2:07.472. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
There are just over 85 minutes left in this practice session. Oi, these practices aren't just a walkabout in the park. It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
Supraman posted 2:04.402 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 83 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Supraman has a best lap time of 2:04.402.
2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402. 2:04.402.
Mr. Bang is on their first practice flying lap. There's the first flying lap for Patrick Schwanz, hitting 2:13.155. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Mr. Bang crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 2:19.005. If they're getting to grips with Suzuka International Circuit GP, the drivers will need to be at their absolute best. The first sector here is like threading a needle at high speed, while the spoon curve and the 130R test the limits of car and driver alike. It's a track where bravery and skill go hand in hand, filling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
Now, here's a term some might not be familiar with: roll bar stiffness. Sounds technical, doesn't it?
It does, but in essence, it's about how the car reacts to lateral forces, especially during cornering. Adjusting the roll bar can change how the car behaves mid-corner. A softer setting can be more forgiving, but a stiffer one might give the driver a quicker response, albeit with less margin for error.
Alright, Mr. Bang has put down a 2:19.005. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Toyota Supra LM GT1, ACLM.
For sure, Rob. It's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
It's time to separate the contenders from the pretenders here at Suzuka International Circuit GP. The drivers will need to be at their absolute best. The first sector here is like threading a needle at high speed, while the spoon curve and the 130R test the limits of car and driver alike. It's a track where bravery and skill go hand in hand, as the drivers reverend up their engines and put their skills to the test in the qualifying session. Impressive display by Patrick Schwanz, currently sitting in position 2. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. It's an impressive showing by Sunrider, currently in 3rd. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher?
Absolutely, Rob. Sunrider has shown great potential to secure 3rd. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
An outstanding display from Supraman in this qualification session. They have been on fire, putting in blistering lap times and currently sitting at the top of the leaderboard. It's a statement performance, showcasing their speed and determination.
I completely agree, Rob. Supraman has left everyone in awe with their remarkable performance. They have set the benchmark and are making a statement that they are the driver to beat.
Currently in 5th, Smells Like We has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Smells like we has positioned themselves impressively in 5th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
Mr. Bang has positioned themselves well in 4th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. It's an impressive showing by Supraman in qualifying. They have set the bar high, leading the way with their exceptional performance. It's a fantastic position to be in, and they will be looking to convert it into a strong race result. Supraman has completed their outlap. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. A solid qualifying performance by Mr. Bang, positioning them in 3rd at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. What a performance from Patrick Schwanz. They currently occupy 4th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot?
You're spot on, Rob. Patrick Schwanz's current position of 4th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Patrick Schwanz has completed their outlap. Impressive work from Mr. Bang, who has claimed 4th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
I completely agree, Rob. Mr. Bang has positioned themselves impressively in 4th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
Mr. Bang has completed their first flying lap in 2:16.952. A strong showing from Smells Like We as they currently sit in 5th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Smells Like We's current position of 5th is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
Smells Like We has completed their outlap. And there goes Sunrider, currently in position 2. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
Great analysis, Rob. Sunrider has shown excellent pace to secure 2nd. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
Impressive display by Smells Like We, currently sitting in position 4. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
Absolutely, Rob. Smells Like We has put in a remarkable effort to secure 4th. The competition is fierce, and they'll need to stay focused to defend their position.
Smells Like We has completed their outlap. We're in Japan today for what promises to be a thrilling race at Suzuka International Circuit GP. The drivers will need to be at their absolute best. The first sector here is like threading a needle at high speed, while the spoon curve and the 130R test the limits of car and driver alike. It's a track where bravery and skill go hand in hand. This is a circuit that always delivers excitement and drama.
This is a circuit that really separates the best drivers from the rest. I'm looking forward to seeing who can rise to the challenge and come out on top.
Starting from pole position is a dream come true for Supramen.
But they can't let that advantage go to waste. They will need to stay focused and keep their eyes on the prize.
Sunrider will look to make a splash from the second position on the starting grid. The third place on the grid belongs to Patrick Schwanz, a driver with plenty of experience.
Patrick Schwanz is looking on for a strong result.
As the green flag drops, keep an eye on Smells Like We starting in fourth position.
Let's see what Smells Like We can do.
In fifth place, we have Mr. Bang.
A strong grid position, and they'll be expecting a solid result today.
The lights are out and it's go time.
The first lap can be chaotic, and avoiding any major incidents is key. Drivers need to be alert and ready to react to any sudden changes on the track.
There's some intense battling throughout the field as everyone is looking to get off to a good start. You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what Smells Like We's doing. Holding on to four, maybe they've got a trick or two up their sleeve for later.
Well, butter my cornbread. Smells Like We's playing it cool and steady. Maybe they're just enjoying the beautiful laser scan ACC conversion. Here at Suzuka International Circuit GP, the drivers will need to be at their absolute best. The first sector here is like threading a needle at high speed, while the spoon curve and the 130R test the limits of car and driver alike. It's a track where bravery and skill go hand in hand. Can't blame them.
Establishing an early advantage will be crucial to the outcome of this race.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this race unfolds.
Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here. The pressure is on whilst the field is bunched. Who can keep their cool and take advantage? Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Smells Like We for nabbing fourth. Well, ain't this a ding-dong battle? Patrick Schwanz is putting up the barriers like I do when my mates want to borrow the ute. No way through. Smells like we.
Smells like Wee's trying to find the draft, get a slipstream going, but Patrick Schwanz is making them work for every inch.
Stone the Crows. Patrick Schwanz is on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, second.
Absolutely. Patrick Schwanz is really putting on a clinic out there, and they're making it look easy.
Ever wonder about the unsung heroes of racing? The pit crew. I reckon their job's as hectic as a barman's on a Friday night in Sydney.
No doubt about it. It's like a pitmaster at a barbecue joint during a lunch rush. Everyone wants a piece, and they've got mere seconds to dish it out and make it perfect.
Hold on to your hats. Smells like we is gunning for Sunrider. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend? It's tighter than a wallaby in a pouch out there.
I'll try and translate this, and on this side of the pond, it's closer than a hot dog in a bun. Absolutely. Sunrider is really making that car as wide as possible, not giving Smells Like We an inch of space. It's going to take something special for Smells Like We to get past him.
Tough break for Sunrider, who has just lost a position.
Racing's like good old southern barbecue. Slow and steady. Maybe Sunrider is just marinating a bit before the big sizzle.
It's like a barbie in summer. Smells Like We is the snag sizzling on the grill, and Sunrider? The hungry mate waiting for a bite.
Sunrider's pushing harder than I did at the buffet last night. Hope Smells Like We has a bit more restraint than I did.
Fair dinkum. Smells Like We's dropping like a cold pie and Sunrider's snatching the top shelf Tim Tams.
Feels like Sunrider brought their barbecue A-game, while Smells Like We's grill's gone cold.
Blimey, Sunrider's gunning it in fourth. Just a whisker behind Mr. Bang. Hope he's got his budgie smugglers on, cause things are about to get wet and wild.
Can Sunrider close the two?
Hold up a mo. Stone the Crows. Supraman's off in the bush again. Someone get him a map and compass. It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Smells Like We, who is currently in P5. But Sunrider is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Smells Like We. This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? Breaking alert. Oi, Patrick Schwanz tried to pull a Steve Irwin and wrestle with the track limits. Track 1, Patrick Schwanz 0.
Dang. Patrick Schwanz was riding hot, but that slip up. That's like tripping over your own shoelaces at the county fair.
In a race where seconds count, Patrick Schwanz is counting on less of them between themselves and Supraman. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime. Mr. Bang is placed third at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Sunrider, who is 3.3 seconds behind. Mr. Bang's lead over Sunrider is shrinking quicker than a cheap shirt in a hot wash. We're down to 2.3 seconds. Look at that, Sunrider is hot on the tail of Mr. Bang.
In this high-speed game of chess, it's all about strategy. Who'll make the next move,
Blimey, Sunrider's cranking up the downforce, making every newton of force count. That gap's shrinking faster than my wallet at the pub. Patrick Schwanz is so far off pace, they might be better off in a hearse. At least then someone would be pushing from behind.
Good lord. At this rate, Patrick Schwanz is gonna finish this race in the afterlife. Hope they got good insurance.
Struth, if Sunrider gets any closer to Mr. Bang, they'll be asking to share a meat pie. Watch them duel it out at anti-banked curve.
If Sunrider isn't careful, they might end up turning this high-speed chase into a synchronized spinning routine. And trust me, that's not a crowd pleaser.
Hal, can you share some strategies that drivers use to manage tire degradation during a race?
Certainly, Rob. Some strategies include adjusting the car's setup for better tire life, altering driving lines to reduce wear, and using tire management techniques like lift and coast to preserve grip for as long as possible.
This is what it's all about, folks. Sunrider is in hot pursuit of Mr. Bang, who's just trying to stay ahead. And Sunrider has just won the place from Mr. Bang. The gap might be more than a second, but smells like we is showing persistence. Kind of like me trying to open a pickle jar. Keep it, and something's got to give. Wow, Mr. Bang is really pushing hard to catch up to Sunrider. There's blood in the water for third place.
At this rate, Mr. Bang and Sunrider are so close, they could share a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Mr. Bang seems to be losing the plot with Sunrider. They'll need to buck up their ideas as they dive into last curve and aim for a ripper exit to gain some ground. It's a dynamic landscape out there. Mr. Bang's shift to fifth is testament to that.
Well, change is the only constant. And in this dance, Mr. Bang is certainly keeping us on our toes.
Hold up a mo. Oh, mate. That's how the old man used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right line, but definitely entertaining. The gap between Superman and Patrick Schwanz may be wide, but that doesn't mean Superman is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance.
Absolutely. And on the other side of the equation, Patrick Schwanz can't afford to let up. They have to drive with intensity and focus, and wait for any opportunity to arise.
He can't hold on. Superman is losing time to Patrick Schwanz.
They need to step up their game and start pulling away again.
What do you think, Hal? Are there any specific factors that could lead to a driver losing concentration during a race?
There are several factors, Rob. Fatigue, stress, changing track conditions, or even issues within the team can all contribute to a lapse in concentration. It's essential for drivers to stay mentally resilient and adapt to these challenges.
The gap between Patrick Schwanz and Sunrider is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Patrick Schwanz to bring Sunrider into play.
I've seen kangaroos that close the gap quicker in the bush than Sunrider is doing now. They've got their work cut out for them.
Impressive stuff from Patrick Schwanz, who has managed to pull away from Sunrider, leaving him choking in their exhaust fumes.
You said it, Rob. With great power comes...
Sorry to interrupt here, but looks like Sunrider's playing in the dirt. Took me back to when I tried rallying in my mum's old sedan. Good times, expensive repairs. As they speed through Casio Triangle, smells like we is relentlessly pursuing Sunrider in a high-stakes battle for position.
With the way Smells Like We is stalking Sunrider, you'd think they're trying to figure out what they had for breakfast this morning.
Someone should tell Sunrider this ain't a Sunday drive. Smells like we's tearing up the track.
Someone better check if Smells Like We's been drinking those energy drinks, as it seems like they got wings.
And we're back, where the drivers are showing us some incredible skills.
Indeed, Rob, it's always exciting to see these skilled machines on the tracks. I mean, drivers. I always get them confused.
Ladies and gents, we've got ourselves a high-speed pursuit. Sunrider is stalking Smells Like We's every move. Oi, Sunrider's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curves smoother than a croc sliding into water. Smells like we's got a battle ahead. Hey, smells like we. If Sunrider gets any closer, you might need to pop the question. The last time I did that, she said, actually I can't tell you because of the court order. Some great driving from Smells Like We, who has increased their lead over Sunrider and is starting to put some distance between them.
Smells Like We is controlling the track like a seasoned hound dog on the hunt, making it harder than a preacher's knee for Sunrider to overtake.
I've seen kangaroos jump less than the sparks between Mr. Bang and Sunrider. It's almost like a Saturday night date, but with a lot more rubber burning.
The roaring engines are echoing Mr. Bang's battle cry. Sunrider, can you hear the thunder?
A brilliant maneuver from Mr. Bang, who has just moved up the field.
Man, if racing was a barbecue, Mr. Bang just threw down the spiciest ribs. Up to fourth and sizzling.
Cricky, Sunrider's got more ground to cover than I do at the family barbecue when Auntie Sharon's had one too many. Good luck, mate. Blimey, the talent on the track today is like watching kangaroos on steroids.
Yeah, and just like those kangaroos, these drivers can really hop into action. You reckon they've got a pocket full of secrets?
Would ya look at that gap? Sunrider's got a better chance of finding a sober Aussie on Australia Day. But hey, we love an underdog. Go get them, Tiger. Even though Smells Like We is a fair way behind Patrick Schwanz, they can't afford to let their guard down. Patrick Schwanz is still vulnerable to mistakes.
It's a game of inches and miles. Right now, Patrick Schwanz has got the miles, and Smells Like We's counting the inches.
Everyone's on the edge of their seats, or in my case, on the edge of spilling my coffee. Smells Like We is getting closer to Patrick Schwanz, and I'm getting closer to needing a towel. It's the classic cat and mouse game, but instead of cheese, the prize is a racing position. Can Sunrider steal it from Mr. Bang? While Patrick Schwanz is not under immediate threat from Smells Like We, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position.
You know, it's like Patrick Schwanz is out on a Sunday Arvo drive. They can see Smells Like We in the rear view, but there's no rush, mate.
Patrick Schwanz is holding onto this lead like a possum up a gum tree, but Smells Like We is closing in, down to 0.6 seconds.
Patrick Schwanz better find a way to step on the gas or else Smells Like We will be whizzing past before you can say, checkered flag.
Looks like Smells Like We remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving him better cornering. If they get any closer to Patrick Schwanz, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie. You know, Hal, it's been a relatively quiet race so far.
That's right, Rob. The drivers seem to be pacing themselves and waiting for the right moment to make their move. It's like watching a slow dance.
If racing were a dance, Mr. Bang would be trying to lead, but Smells Like We just keeps cutting in. The dance floor is heating up. Remember when we thought Mr. Bang had peaked? Think again, they're harnessing every bit of downforce and it's making Smells Like We's mirrors awfully busy. Anyone who says that Assetto Corsa Friends is not the best racing club on the planet is clearly insane. The quality of driving we're seeing out there on the track is absolutely phenomenal.
I couldn't agree more. It's like these drivers were born to race. They're weaving in and out of traffic, taking corners at unbelievable speeds, and making it all look effortless. It's clear that they've put in the time and effort to hone their skills.
It's not coming up roses for Smells Like We. They're trailing Patrick Schwanz and the gap's on the rise. They don't seem to have a response. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. It's a battle of wills out there, with Mr. Bang trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Smells Like We. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Will we see a dramatic finish to this race?
Well, slap my grandma and call me Sally. Mr. Bang's got more distance to cover than my cousin Cletus has teeth. But if anyone can bridge that gap, it's Mr. Bang.
Fair dinkum, Mr. Bang is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Smells Like We is now down to a whisker at 27.9 seconds. There's no escape now. Smells Like We is breathing fire and has locked onto Patrick Schwanz's tail.
It's like watching a hawk circling its prey, waiting for the right moment to swoop.
The gap between Smells Like We and Patrick Schwanz is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun. Sometimes, I feel the strategy behind these races is deeper than a conversation at 3 a.m. in an outback pub.
You're telling me, it's like planning a family reunion in a small southern town. You've got to consider who's coming, who's feuding, and who's gonna cause a ruckus. Then prepare for it all to change in a heartbeat.
The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Smells Like We's inching ever closer to Patrick Schwanz.
Y'all ever been to a Carolina hoedown? 'Cause Smells Like We's dancing with that car, looking to waltz right past Patrick Schwanz.
This is getting exciting. Can Smells Like We pull off a late charge and gain a position? Well, butter my biscuit. Patrick Schwanz is no slouch, mate. That lap time's gonna give Smells Like We some grey hairs.
Well, I'll be. Patrick Schwanz's burning rubber like they're late for hoedown. Smells Like We's got their work cut out for them.
The evolution of these cars over the years is nothing short of incredible. The aerodynamics, the tyre technology, it's all a game of innovation.
Couldn't have said it better. And to think about the data analytics behind every decision, from tire pressures to wing adjustments. It's not just a sport, it's a symphony of engineering and strategy.
A couple car lengths might not sound like much, but when you've got Smells Like We breathing down your neck, it feels like a bloody eternity.
Look at those tires on Patrick Schwanz's car. They're gripping the asphalt like an eagle on a trout. Smells Like We's got their work cut out for them.
It's like Superman has saved all their energy for this final stretch. It's all over. Superman has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now.
You can see the sheer determination on Superman's face as they take the win. That's the mark of a true champion, folks.
A nail-biting finish, but Patrick Schwanz claims second place.
Strong work securing second place. Well done.
Well done to Smells Like We for securing third place on the podium. Finishing fourth is Mr. Bang. Sunrider claimed fifth. Our race venue today brings us to the Far East. Japan hosts some truly amazing circuits, and I know that our drivers always relish the opportunity to visit Suzuka International Circuit GP. The drivers will need to be at their absolute best. The first sector here is like threading a needle at high speed, while the spoon curve and the 130R test the limits of car and driver alike. It's a track where bravery and skill go hand in hand. In particular, I can see they're ready, so let's get this race underway.
You never know what's going to happen on this track. It's a real wild card, and that's why the drivers love it. It's going to be a wild ride today.
Superman is on pole.
But they will have to be smart about their moves. They must not burn out too early.
Lining up in second is Patrick Schwanz.
Could we see a podium result from Patrick Schwanz?
Smells like we has qualified third.
It's like they're on the outside looking in. Can they make their way to the front of the pack?
Taking off from the fourth grid slot is the skilled driver, Mr. Bang. Our fifth place starter for today's race is none other than Sunrider. They're on the move. This ain't just a Sunday drive to Bunnings, mates. Time to find the perfect track and not muck about.
Precision is everything during these initial stages. One wrong move could cost them valuable time or even force them out of the race.
As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at Assetto Corsa friends for making this all possible. Heroes one and all. So Superman's decided to play it cool, eh? Holding onto one like a croc with a juicy steak. Just sizing up the competition, I reckon. The stewards will be hoping that there aren't too many incidents for them to pick over when the dust settles on this one. Bit of a cruisy start for Superman, just filling out the track at Suzuka International Circuit GP. The drivers will need to be at their absolute best. The first sector here is like threading a needle at high speed, while the spoon curve and the 130R test the limits of car and driver alike. It's a track where bravery and skill go hand in hand. You know, like a dingo sussing out the lay of the land. Well, ain't that a slice of vanilla? Patrick Schwanz is sitting pretty right where they started, comfy as a koala in a eucalyptus tree. The tension is palpable here. No one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap.
You know, sometimes the best strategy is to hold your cards close to your chest. Patrick Schwanz is sitting right there at 2, just watching the field unfold.
Buckle up. Superman is all over Patrick Schwanz like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action?
Hey Rob, ever seen a cat toy with a mouse? Kind of feels like what Superman is doing to Patrick Schwanz right now, doesn't it?
So, when you were racing, ever have to do the old nature call dash during a red flag?
Haha, you mean a pit stop for the driver and not the car? Once or twice, you learn to time your drinks, and hope for a long caution. Doesn't always work out though.
Alright, hold your horses. Superman is really putting the heat on Patrick Schwanz. If I were Patrick Schwanz, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
And it's not just about skill and talent. It's about who has the nerves of steel to handle the pressure and make the right decisions at the right time.
Blimey, Mr. Bang is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell them to drive faster. It's a close race between Superman and Patrick Schwanz in first.
Should things go awry, Superman and Patrick Schwanz might find themselves giving a whole new meaning to the term tandem drifting, though I doubt they'd enjoy it as much as the spectators. If consistency was an art, Superman would be Picasso today, just churning out those laps, one after the other. Creaky, Mr. Bang sticking to Sunrider like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights. Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Mr. Bang's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Sunrider. Oh mate, Superman's impersonating a lost tourist. Did someone forget to tell them it's a race, not a bushwalk? Well, butter my biscuit. Superman just did the hokey pokey right in the middle of the race. No room for error here. Superman is breathing down the neck of Patrick Schwanz, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move. You know, Patrick Schwanz, if you were any slower, you'd be going backwards. But good on ya for making Superman work for it. Absolutely. Patrick Schwanz in first is doing a fantastic job of holding on to their lead, but they can't afford to make a single mistake. And Superman is looking for any opportunity to make a move. This could be a battle to the finish line.
It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Superman is sniffing around Patrick Schwann's like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of first. The tension is building as Sunrider trails behind Smells Like Wee. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Can Smells Like Wee hold on, or will Sunrider be able to close them down?
Look, Sunrider's pace is a lot like my dance moves. Good intentions, questionable execution.
The adrenaline is pumping as Superman gets within striking distance of Patrick Schwann's in their race for first. Smells Like Wee is placed third at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Sunrider, who is 9.5 seconds behind.
It's like Smells Like Wee's out on the open highway and Sunrider's still getting directions at the last gas station. Got a bit of catching up to do.
Every race has its highs and lows. Today, Smells Like Wee acquaints themselves with a new perspective at fourth. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while. Superman is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.36 seconds down. Sunrider's drifting so far back, it's like looking in the mirror after a decade-long pub binge. Time's not been kind, mate. It's a game of inches now as Superman tails Patrick Schwann's closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
The slightest mistake from either driver could lead to a meeting with the barriers, and nobody wants an impromptu autograph session with the wall.
Superman has got their head down now, working those exits and apexes and setting their best lap time so far with a 2 minutes.
Hold the phone. That lap by Superman was faster than a preacher's sermon when the game's on.
Looks like Patrick Schwann's is coming in hot. They're approaching the turn way too fast. The best laid plans of mice and men are hell, but it's certainly not going to plan for Patrick Schwann's right now as they are struggling to keep up with Superman. Crikey, Sunrider thought they were on a boomerang's flight path. Only problem? Didn't come back. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed. With a move that's swift, I'd say Smells Like Wee's running on high octane, and maybe a bit of Aussie spirit.
That kind of move? That's what happens when you mix horsepower with a dash of southern charm.
You can feel the tension in the air.
The drivers are all focused, putting everything on the line for a chance at victory, pushing themselves and their machines to the limit.
And let's not forget about the incredible machines themselves.
Absolutely. It's amazing to think about the kind of engine.
Braking alert, oi.
Is it just me or?
Nah, mate, Smells Like Wee really just took the scenic route through the outback of Suzuka International Circuit GP. The drivers will need to be at their absolute best. The first sector here is like threading a needle at high speed, while the spoon curve and the 130R test the limits of car and driver alike. It's a track where bravery and skill go hand in hand. Crikey. It may seem like Mr. Bang is far behind, but Smells Like We can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Mr. Bang an opening to catch up. Sunrider is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. I've seen Molasses move faster than this. Just kidding. But Sunrider's surely making Patrick Schwantz feel the heat. It's a southern summer showdown out here.
The gap between Smells Like We and Mr. Bang may be wide, but that doesn't mean Smells Like We is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance.
If this was a country song, Smells Like We would be the one riding off into the sunset, and Mr. Bang would still be tying their boots.
If Sunrider goes any slower, they'll join me in my failed dreams collection. Front row seats available. Good news for Sunrider, the gap to Patrick Schwantz has decreased. It's now down to 16.7 seconds. On a lighter note, if I could eat, I'd kill for some of the trackside snacks right about now.
Oh, absolutely. But you know, my digestion is a real mess.
Is that what the smell is? Watching Sunrider try to close the gap on Patrick Schwantz is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes. Looks like Mr. Bang's strategy might just be to let the rest of them die of old age. It's a waiting game now.
Exactly. Mr. Bang's got to be careful not to overdrive, sort of like overcooking a steak. No one wants a burnt race, right?
Aussies love a good underdog story. Any dark horses you're keeping an eye on for this race?
Well, every rodeo has its wild card. I've got a couple names in mind, but I'll keep them close to the vest for now.
Remember when Mr. Bang was on the pace? Neither do I, kinda like my recollection of last Friday night. The gap between Superman and Patrick Schwantz is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Superman to bring Patrick Schwantz into play.
Surely they've got enough in the tank to pull away. Gonna be interesting to watch this battle unfold.
Even though Sunrider is a fair way behind Patrick Schwantz, they can't afford to let their guard down. Patrick Schwantz is still vulnerable to mistakes. No worries for Patrick Schwantz, who's leaving Sunrider for dust, as though they're a parched bloke chasing the beer van. While Smells Like We is not under immediate threat from Mr. Bang, they still need to stay focused and avoid any errors. Any slip-up could cost them their position. He's pulling away. Smells Like We is increasing the gap to Mr. Bang. The race is heating up as Mr. Bang in fifth closes in on Smells Like We. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. Tyre degradations are right pain in the arse, but Mr. Bang's handling it like a champ. Getting real up close and personal with Smells Like We, aren't they? So, Hal, considering the high speeds and split-second decision-making involved in racing, what's the impact of even a minor lapse in concentration?
A minor lapse in concentration can have significant consequences, Rob. It could lead to an off-track excursion, a loss of position, or even a collision. That's why it's crucial for drivers to stay focused and alert throughout the race.
Patrick Schwantz is placed second at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Sunrider, who is 6.9 seconds behind.
That's right, and Sunrider knows that they have to keep pushing hard and driving their own race. They can't let Patrick Schwantz off the hook.
It might be early days, but Superman is already casting a shadow from the first. Superman is off like a bride's nightie, leaving Patrick Schwantz huffing their exhaust fumes.
Yep, Rob, Superman is tearing up the tarmac, but can Patrick Schwantz dig deep and go hell for leather to catch up? Yes, it's clear that Superman is in control out there. They're making it very difficult for Patrick Schwantz to catch up.
Tell ya what, Mr. Bang is trailing like my mate Dave after a bender. Hope there's no random testing today. Hang on to your cork hats, mates. We're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Mr. Bang and Smells Like Wee.
I've seen drivers fight G-forces, fatigue, and mental strain. But Mr. Bang is doing more than just enduring, they're thriving. Smells Like Wee better check that rearview mirror.
Some say it's about the journey, not the destination. But Superman seems pretty intent on that first spot.
Spot on, Rob. Still waters run deep, and even if it looks calm now, Superman needs to maintain that razor-sharp edge.
Superman's lead is shrinking faster than ice cream in the outback sun. At this rate, Patrick Schwantz will be on their tail in 18.6 seconds. The gap between Patrick Schwantz and Sunrider may be wide. Breaking alert, Patrick Schwantz has duffed it up. They're gonna need more than a coldie to forget that one. Looks like Patrick Schwantz is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about finding the right balance between speed and control. Who will be able to maintain their pace and come out on top?
Blimey, Smells Like Wee is farther back than my hairline. But you know what they say about Aussies? Never say die, unless it's a spider. Then just run.
When you talk about experience, it's like saying I've experienced my mother-in-law's cooking. Doesn't mean I want to do it again, but Smells Like Wee, keep pushing.
I've made some questionable life decisions, but trailing over 2 seconds behind? Even I'm not that self-sabotaging.
Speaking of rhythm, have you heard?
Hold up a mo, just like my hope in finding the one. Mr. Bang's direction seems a bit lost right now.
If Mr. Bang was fishing, they'd have thrown that one back into the pond. That's a tough go.
This isn't just racing, it's a duel. Watch as Patrick Schwantz zeroes in on Sunrider, blade sharpened and ready. Patrick Schwantz is on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Sunrider like a dingo after a roadrunner. You know, Hal, as a former racing driver yourself, can you give us some insights into what goes through a driver's mind during these quieter moments in a race?
Sure, Rob. During these moments, drivers often take the opportunity to assess their race strategy, monitor their car's performance, and plan their next move. It's all about staying focused and finding the right time to strike.
Patrick Schwantz is running third. They are trying to catch Sunrider.
It's a game of strategy now as Patrick Schwantz hunts down Sunrider. Yes, it's all about choosing the right moments to push and when to conserve energy, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
As of now, Superman stands tall in the first spot. The race is really heating up. Patrick Schwantz is hunting down Sunrider with everything they've got. Looks like Patrick Schwantz is trying to chase down Sunrider, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results.
Gee whiz, Patrick Schwantz is so far back, I'm half expecting to see tumbleweeds blow past. Maybe a vulture or two.
It looks like Smells Like Wee is pushing hard to catch up to Patrick Schwantz. The gap is over a second, but Smells Like Wee is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on Patrick Schwantz? You know, Patrick Schwantz reminds me of my dating life. Starts with promise, ends up tailing behind everyone else. Wow, Superman is really pushing hard in these final moments of the race. What a win! This is a historic moment for Superman, who put on a masterclass in driving today. What a display of skill and precision. Sunrider never gave up. They drove with heart and determination, ultimately securing a well-deserved second-place finish. Excellent focus from Patrick Schwantz to secure a fantastic third place on the podium. Taking fourth is Smells Like Wee. Mr. Bang brings home fifth.